It is one of my favorite times of the year when the pea plants start to produce in abundance, and I often find myself in that part of the garden picking, potting, and eating peas fresh off the plant. And I think that that is almost reason enough to grow your own food. We started harvesting peas about 2 weeks ago, and right now we seem to be in peak productivity, and we will probably have fresh peas to harvest for another few weeks. But it's hard to deal with all of that abundance, as it's a fairly time-consuming task to harvest all those peas, and this is work that needs to be done fairly frequently to get the best quality. And there is a lot of peas to pick, with a 20-meter long row growing across 5 different methods of the no-till trial beds, more than I've ever grown before. Thankfully, we planted these peas in 2 batches. The first set was sown in seed rolls with some poor germination, and the rolls were trickier to transplant, so the plants didn't do as well. We also direct sowed a second batch of pea seeds to fill out each section at the same time as the transplanting. So the first smaller batch was ready to harvest a little bit before the second larger batch. And not all the plants developed as quickly or grew as well in the different methods of no-till. It seems strange to say this, but thankfully not all the pea plants were as successful as they could be, especially with the really productive variety of pea that we grew. Of course, it's not surprising that we have so many peas to pick because we did grow a 20-meter long row. The problem is that many of the people who help to sow and plant these peas and to look after them are not here to harvest, as they are on holidays or away for work or have their own pea abundance to deal with in their own gardens. And it's not just the harvesting and eating in the fields, but also the potting and blanching and freezing many of these peas. We will of course be thankful to have lots of homegrown peas to eat for the rest of the year, but right now this crop is taking up a lot of time. But at least we didn't stick with the original plan of direct sowing the full 20-meter row all at once, because that would have been way too much abundance over an even shorter period of time. And that's something to think about when we plan next year's crop.